Hello, my name is Lone, and this is the third entry of U.T.P. Unboxing Thoughts and Poses. Here we have the Scarlet Witch Artisan Edition from Hot Toys, and I had this for like about a couple months, but it took me a while to get to reviewing it. But something I wanted to mention is like when I first got this is it was like a terrible smell, so I had to. But I think it was the shipper box that had like it was a bad smell. I had to get rid of it like right away. So that kind of sucks. I probably should have contacted Sideshow, but it was just I got so busy with stuff. But the art box itself, it's in fine condition. I don't think the smell was with the art box. It was just the shipper box. It was really terrible. It was like garbage. I can't even describe it. But the art box itself is pretty it looks decent. It has like chaos magic effects on the back and an iridescent shine. Um there's a little bit of bent damage, but overall it's okay condition. You see here it's DX36AE. So I think this would be my first DX release from Hot Toys, and I've been collecting for like about a couple or 3 years for Hot Toys specifically, like in 6 scale or whatever. So I've been pretty excited for this release. To be honest, my favorite outfit is the WandaVision one with the, I don't know what's like the official name, but like the Hex dress, like when she officially became the Scarlet Witch. But this head sculpt so far is my favorite one. The official WandaVision Hot Toys, that head sculpt was kind of like outdated, so I might do a kit bash later on with this head sculpt like on the WandaVision outfit, but we'll see how it goes. I'm a big fan of how the head sculpt looked in the prototype, so we'll go ahead and unbox it. No, I'll do it I might have to do it off camera. It's too big. I might be making it worse. Yeah. Here we have a preview. Unfortunately, I already took a peek inside back like what was it, like 2 or 3 months ago, just to check on the condition, and I had to air the space out because it wasn't the same smell as what the shipper box was, but it was like a it was like a chemical smell. So I recommend if you do get this release, even if it's like just the standard, I think the base is gonna have like it's gonna have a bad smell. So you're gonna want to air it out for a couple days, maybe by like I know you don't want to get sunlight on these things because it might damage the paint, but you might want to open a window or something because I don't know why they didn't air it out. Maybe it might be better in later batches, but for my batch, it was a terrible experience with smells. So we'll leave it at that. But so here we have the body and the head sculpt separate. I really love the jacket. Any kind of trench coat design or like and red. I'm a big fan of red too, so mixing a lone red jacket with the color red is just an A plus to me. Let's see if I can get it out. It's pretty stock there. Something I noticed, I've seen some people have the pants rip because of it was just stitched on too tight. So I'll have to be careful with the thigh swivel. I saw some images on like on Reddit, I think, like damage happening. But overall, I don't see any like damage or anything. It looks pretty good. I'll put it aside for now. I'll have to maybe unbox this suit off camera. Whoa. I'll try to get the clamshell off. Something I noticed watching other people's reviews is that the hair curls on the front, it's kind of like way too twisty. I'll have to pull up some images, but we'll take a closer look later on. Let's see, the flashlight is kind of getting in the way. My apologies. But I think the likeness is like 10 out of 10. It looks just like Elizabeth Olsen. But the hairstyling over here, you see like it's a little bit too twisted and it doesn't look like. I'll try to find an image soon of like how the hair layered down by the sides. It just doesn't look accurate to the movie, but it does look like a nice shine. But we'll have to take a closer look once we get it out of the packaging. But I'll go ahead and get all the accessories out, and I'll edit this out. Hold on. Okay, so all I did off camera was assemble the flight pole. It didn't come with a screwdriver, but I had my own spare one, so you'll have to find your own to just tighten it. Unfortunately, they didn't include one, but I think they should. And if they do include a flight pole, I think they should include one of these if you're gonna make a screw it on, just because if it's necessary, it should be included in my opinion. Plus, it's missing the USB-C cable. It has a light up function. I'll showcase it later, but the, sometimes it should come with what is necessary, but it's missing some stuff. But we'll get into that later. I read a bit of the instructions. What you want to do is twist it. There's a little bit of plastic wrap here. I want to be careful because I really don't want to damage it, but let's hope for the best. It has a plastic sheath here to protect the hair from like clumping up or whatever during transit. And I think what you have to do is twist it. Or let me double check, just so I twist it the right way. Hold on. Okay, so you want to go. How would you describe it? Clockwise, right? Yeah, I think you do it clockwise. Okay. Okay, I think I did it all the way up. It's requiring some force. Hold on. Oh. Okay, I hope I didn't break anything. It has that clear plastic. I hate that because I think that's more fragile. It also has the clear plastic on the neck connector too. I really hate this new method they're doing with these new neck connectors for the rolling eyeball system. It's so fragile, and I hope they figure something out that's different and more secure. But let's see. I think my finger's too big to roll the eyeballs, so I think I will have to use the tool. Sometimes the head's big enough so I can use a finger, but this one is kind of a tight fit. Let's see if I can. I think I'll have to fix the eyeballs off camera, but I love the color on the hair. I think it is accurate to how she looked in the movie. It's just the styling that's not as accurate. Something feels kind of sharp by the ears, but I don't know if it is earrings. But I think it's just the sculpt work on the ears. And I went with the artisan because I like how it'll give you more range of motion for like head movement or whatever. With the sculpted hair, I just hate how it limits the articulation. So for me, I think it was just necessary to go with the rooted hair, but the sculpted should work fine if it's a cheaper option for you, or if you don't like styling hair. To me, I like to style to my liking personally. But I'll try to put the necklace on. And something that had me worried, I saw some pictures and reviews that the necklace was too short. See if I can get a closer look at it. I think it's real metal, but I'm not sure. But I'll have to double check. I'll update it in the description if it is a real metal chain. I'll go ahead and put it on. These plastic wrappings are always too tight for me. I don't think it matters how the. I think it's just like a rock on the bottom, so it doesn't matter if it's facing front or forward. I think it's the same. It should be the same for the little pendant or whatever you'd call it. Let's see. Already I can tell I think the neck's gonna be too thick for this. So that I saw it on some images, it looks like a choker necklace, and that's just not to my. It just wouldn't be accurate. And to be honest, I was thinking of getting the Age of Ultron necklace, like secondhand, off eBay or something, or off Marketplace. Just because sometimes it doesn't even have to be accurate to me. I worded that poorly. It was just as long as if it looks cool or whatever. I don't think a choker style would look cool with this outfit personally. But let me see. I'm trying to get it underneath the collar to hang it lower. I might have to do it off camera. I'm afraid if I pull too hard, I might break the chain. Or maybe something I did want to showcase is how it would look without the jacket. But I can see right now there is no sleeves, so it's just like a vest here, which might be a better idea, just so it doesn't limit articulation. I'll take off the hands real quick. Or maybe not so quick. Okay, this one's good. That was good. When filling the jacket, I'm afraid of the material in some parts. Some parts feel sturdy. Some parts do feel like pleather. So, and it's ridiculous. It's been so long. Hot Toys has been making stuff. I think it's the 25th year anniversary this year, and they're still doing cheap materials for like $500 or $400 figures. It's pretty frustrating, but trying to hit it down low. I've seen some pictures from stills from the movie, and the rock hangs like past the collarbone, like right over here. So right now I can tell this length isn't gonna work for me. Like, so that's pretty frustrating for the necklace. Like, I know it's a tiny thing, but still, it's a big complaint for me, just because it just doesn't look right. It's not compared to the movie, like compared to styling. It doesn't look right if it looks too tight on the necklace. I'll try not to spend too much time on that necklace because it is what it is. But I'll get the jacket back on. Hopefully, I don't tear anything. Oh my god. It's always a nightmare trying to dress the figure. But I do not want to break anything. Okay, okay. Let's see. You never know when to pull the arms back down. Or I think I got it. Or no, the right arm is not going in right. It doesn't feel right. That feels good enough. Okay, I kind of want to move the eye position. I'll do it off camera, just so it doesn't look like a dead-eyed stare. But I'll be right back. It's been a couple of days, but I changed the eyes to give like a side eye view, and as you can see, a couple of hair strands came loose. So whatever gel they use, it wasn't really strong enough. But there's a couple loose strands of hair. Like, of course, whenever you get a rooted hair sculpt, you might have to do some maintenance yourself. But I just wish it was a bit stronger, that it didn't come loose so quickly. I know I should get I'm still waiting for a Magi case for like a glass display case, but it keeps getting delayed by Sideshow, so it's gonna be a while before I can put her in a safe protection behind a glass case. But and when I popped the neck back in, or the head back in, it was if I clicked it in, it felt like the neck was too short. So I don't know if you can adjust the neck length. Like, sometimes I've seen some people with certain figures, you can adjust how high or low the head sits, but I'm not sure if it is possible right now. I didn't click it in, like, I was testing it out and I didn't click it in all the way, but I think I like the length of the neck right now as it is right now, even though I'm not sure if it is like secure. I tried to test it out, but I don't think it's coming off. So I can't really confirm or deny if it is an adjustable length neck, but that's just a heads up for you guys. All that comes with are these for accessories. The USB-C cable I connected to the base, but that's from me. It wasn't included in the set. I wish there was more magic effects because these are, I forget if it was always the same, like ever since the first release of a Wanda figure, but we've seen these effects before with other Hot Toy releases. So there was this that big magic effect like diorama piece for that deluxe version of the Multiverse of Madness Wanda. I wish that was included here too if they're just gonna reuse stuff. But so yeah, I wish there was more magic effect pieces, but they do look good. Once the light passes through, it does give a glowing effect without needing any LEDs. If you just shine a light, it'll look like it's glowing. Um, there was only one hand of this position, and I wish it came with pairs of hands, but most of these are pairs, except for this left hand. It looks like kind of like a rock sign symbol for spellcasting. And I noticed there's no closed fists. Like I know she's not much of a puncher since she's a magic character, but still, it would have been nice to include closed fists because I know some people do like museum poses, so it'd be nice for those guys if they just want like a basic closed fist look. We'll go on to articulation with the jacket on because that's her signature look. There'll be some restriction because of the jacket, but you can get the arm basically all the way up. I'd worry about the bunching or tearing, so I'd be careful with that, but it is possible. You can pull it to the side. I think it should be double bend. Yeah, double bend. Standard wrist peg. The pants are pretty tight, so I want to be careful, but I like to push the limits. Like right now, I should probably stop. Shouldn't go too far. You can't really do splits too much. I want to be careful. I think this thigh is popping out more than this thigh for how sharp it is, because I'm really worried about the sharpness of that seam or however you call it. You can't really move the ankles. I think it's a single sculpt piece for the boots, which kind of sucks because I know they've been experimenting with like soft materials for the boots sometimes to make it seamless and still movable, but I don't think that's gonna be possible with this one. Oh
Be careful my TV though.
Fine, man.
Alright, I know you clumsy as fuck for real.
God damn. Okay, so I am gonna have to make sure it's clicked. All right. I don't think I damaged it. Damn it. Let me see if I can click it on. Ow. Sometimes when I'm clicking in the head, it moves the eye because the joysticks get in the way. Ow. It doesn't want to stay on. Yeah, I think it already moved the eye. Hold on. And I see a hair shred already came off. I'm worried it's all going to come off because I know there was some images of some artisan releases like the Joker of balding issues where some hair clumps fall out. I really hope that doesn't happen. I think I fixed the eye, but I can get it a bit with just my pinky finger without using the tool. Sorry for the delay. Hold on. Okay. I'm really screwing up the hair right now, but we'll style it later after we finish articulation. It's this freaking that clear piece. It always gets in the way, and sometimes the hair is getting inside the head when I try to adjust it. Here, let me do this off camera a bit. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. I did click the head in this time. Oh, okay. I clicked the head in this time. So I think that confirms it's not a adjustable neck. Um, I'm pretty upset. I messed up the hair big time, but I'll wait till I find a pose that I really like and then we can style it. I brought some, I'll explain it later what I brought for the styling, but okay, going back to articulation. I think it's a double bent knee, but just careful with the bunching. But you can get it all the way to that double bend, and be careful with the. I'm worried it shows off the seams of the joints when you do go too extreme, but I don't know. They made it baggy on purpose here just to give you that articulation, like more posability, which I do appreciate that. Because if you make it too tight, it's not going to pose at all if you make the whole outfit too tight. What else can we go over? The thigh swivel. I barely want to touch that because of the sharpness. There's barely any abdomen crunch. You can barely move the waist. I think the articulation is mostly in the chest area. It's pretty okay for the chest articulation to bend forward and back. Let me test out the pivoting side to side. I want to be careful. I don't know how to move this thing. Hold on. I'm making a mess. I apologize. A little bit. Let me see. To the right, to the left. Not as much left. There we go. Let's see. You can twist it. The twist, I believe, comes from the chest. Or actually, I think you can twist it over here too. What else can I do? Or neck articulation. When I clicked it in, that it restricted it big time. I thought there was more articulation here, but you can't really look up as much as I'd like to, because then it'll disconnect. And when I have to put it back in, it makes me really nervous because it screws up with the eye position. Let's see if I can do it on camera without breaking it. God damn it. Oh my god, I want to do this quick so I can move on, but that clear plastic piece, I know it's not articulating. This thing is really, it's a nightmare. Hold on. How do I, as you can see, I don't know if you can see, but some hair strands are coming apart, I mean. Okay, there's got to be an easier way to do this. You know what? Like at the time, the necklace is bothering me, I'm sorry. Hold on. It's because I'm gonna get it. What am I supposed to do here? How am I gonna fix this thing? Like, I think the eye just moved. It moved again. Or you know what? We might just work with a lazy eye. I mean, it's already messed up to this point. Got the hair all poofy. But it bothers me. It bothers me. It's this, the left eye is very lazy and loose. Okay, one more time. And this clear neck connector, that is loose as well. Will it help if I look underneath it? Like what am I doing here? Okay. Okay, I heard the snap. Did you hear the snap? Okay, we're not gonna look up right now because that's what screwed this all up in the first place. But we're gonna side to side. You can go 360, but what's the point of that? You don't want a backwards looking Scarlet. Can you tilt? Barely tilt. I don't know if I just broke mine or something, but like I was hoping for some more head articulation. I think it's already looking down pretty far. Okay. I feel like she's got a bent neck. Like it doesn't look right to me. She's looking too forward. Okay, this is this is as good as it's gonna get. Okay, so that's start to. Or I forgot about there's wiring in the jacket. I think the instructions said it was like up to here. I think to the waistline. So I think all the way from here to here, you can bend it to your liking because it goes all the way down the wire, even behind. Or maybe, I don't think I feel one. Or I think there is one here behind the jacket, but it's very weak or something. Either it is there or not, but barely noticeable here. Okay. Yeah, the fly just got in here. It's because people keep leaving the windows open. Sorry about that. I don't want to push it too far, but I was hoping for stronger wires here, so I'm sounding a little disappointed here, but so far, for first impressions, the head sculpt's doing a lot of the lift in here. Like as a figure, as an outfit, I'm noticing a lot of flaws, like the material. It looks good, but it's a question of how long it's going to last. And it would be nice for more wires, or more stronger wires, I should say. Because I think behind it, there isn't any wires, but okay, I think we should move on to the poses next. And I'm not sure if I should style the hair because it's a bit of a mess here, or should we just focus on the pose itself? Um, we'll focus on the poses itself, and I'll try to pick my favorite pose for the last, just to leave it as is. So I don't touch it too much or mess with anything because this is kind of figure when it's rooted, you just want to keep it in one pose and leave it as is so you don't mess anything up again. But I'll be right back with the first pose soon. Okay, I'm in a bit of a better mood because when I was posing, I found out it does have a split cut, but I just barely noticed it. But you can move the ankles a bit. I tilted her, what's this, the left leg? No. Yeah, it is the left leg, or the left foot, I mean. I tilted it down a bit so to make it more dynamic. And I based it off this artwork over here. Like, I wish something like this, like something really big for magic effects. I wish it came with something like that, but I think the diorama base kind of makes up for it. Like seeing it in action and with the LEDs turned on. I I saw it with the flashing effect, like the pulsing effect. I'll turn that on for the next pose, but I think that's probably the best version of it. just because it gives it more life. But just the way it glows, it's kind of like an accessory itself, just without the shading or whatever. I don't know, the rubbles and the shading. There's a bit of rebar over here, and this it's not like an artisan exclusive. It's just part of the DX release itself. So any kind of Scarlet Witch will come with a base, this diorama base. So this does like bring the points back up in the on the rise. And I wasn't really like clear on how to. I was reading the instructions, but I don't really know how to put these effects in because I was afraid if I try to wedge it in, it might damage the paint on the hands. So I could try to zoom in. I tried wrapping it around like the bands or whatever to wrap it around the palm or in between the fingers. So I think on the instructions, it's supposed to wrap around the sleeves instead of like going outwards. But it'd be nice if you could have like a magic effect that's like shooting forward. But this is just like wrapping around her. It still looks cool, but I just want like a shooting effect instead of just like I don't know what it looks like. It's like a vapor or whatever. I'm kind of using the base to my advantage to try to push the push the outfit away just to make it look like there's wind blowing. But like the wires, like I mentioned before, they're not that strong. I wish it was stronger. But I'm happy there is some ankle articulation, and I don't think I would be able to achieve this with just the sculpted hair edition because of the with the sculpted hair. There's like a bunch of like it looks more accurate like since the it's not the veins but the hair itself. I don't know what, just the sides of the hair. It lays flat, like it would just trap it. I don't know what to describe. I suck at talking, but it would you wouldn't be able to push the head this far to look that way. I think I like how I can move the hair to my liking. Like I got the usual curls that would hang over there. I got it hanging backwards, but I still got some hair on the side over here in the front. It'll show up when it spins again, but I don't know if I bought this off Amazon. The rotating base makes like a lot of noise when turning, but sorry it's not that quiet. But hopefully it's not too annoying. Sorry about that, but I tried to hide the waist clamp underneath the coats the best I could, but what I recommend usually is I try to use these things on the thighs itself so it doesn't damage like the torso or whatever. Because usually when you're looking at a figure, you're looking at the torso instead of like the legs or whatever. But yeah, it's a nice pose, but I'll try it a couple more. I don't think I'm gonna land on this one since it does put a lot of pressure here, and when she's pulling back this left fist or left arm, I mean. So it might be too much pressure here on the shoulders, and she's bending, I think, to the max over here, as far as I could push it. I think I did, but we'll switch to the next pose. I'll try to film this one pretty quick for the second pose because I'm putting a lot of stress on the leg right there, but I wanted to capture it was the blow that broke the Thanos's helicopter sword. Or I know it wasn't the official helicopter blade or whatever. Like, all I know is it's the Thanos's sword broke once the Scarlet Witch did this blow, and I couldn't twist the head as much as I wanted to, like to just show as much flow as I wanted to, but this is the best I could do with that stupid neck. I really hate that neck connector, but I could twist the body to match sort of close. So I think the body's not too much of a problem with the bodies for the woman characters. There's no like abdomen crunch I noticed for a lot of Hot Toys. So I wish there was more waist or abdomen crunch for which they would like improve the bodies for that because it's been so long I know with my Supergirl hot toy, it's got the same problem where there's not much abdomen crunch, but I could get it. It's enough flow, but it's like I mentioned before. The wait, I forgot to turn it on. Whoops, forgot to turn on the bass, but my bad. But it looked pretty. Wait, sorry, I forgot what I was saying. Um, a lot of problems that I came across when trying to get this pose. I changed the eye position just because it wasn't looking right when she was looking to her left in this position. But to be honest, with this pose, you're not really much looking at the eyes as much as the flow of the body. It would look better if I had the Thanos battle damage version, but I don't have that available on me right now. Um, it looks like a nice figure that Thanos won the battle damage edition for Endgame, but I think it'd pose nice together with this pose, showcasing that the broken blade scene. Um, if I were to keep this pose, I'd get rid of that. That's distracting. My bad. But um, sorry, I'm at a loss of words. It took a long time. What's it been like 20 or 30 minutes just trying to fix this thing. And plus the hair is giving me trouble. The neck, like I mentioned. But we'll go ahead and go with the final pose. I have an idea for what I want it to look like for the most part. Like I never when I'm posing a figure I don't think it's gonna be permanent like forever ever, but if I can help it, I can try to pick out the best one that'll stick out for a while just so like it's fun to pose, but it could get tiresome once you get like so many figures and trying to repose them all, but and for this one, just because of the fragility of it, of the pants, of the neck, it's just for this figure I recommend just picking a favorite pose and then sticking with it for a while just so you don't damage anything. It makes me really nervous. But like I know with anything premium, you're gonna be nervous on how it handles, but I just wish it was more durable and more expendable with the I don't know how to word it, but more freedom with the articulation is what I wish it came with. But I do love the flow, like I mentioned before. Um, for now, we'll switch to the third pose. I don't know how bad the camera angle is gonna be, but I couldn't really get a good angle from the front view, so this will have to do for now. But we're gonna work on styling the hair. I got the third pose we'll showcase later, but basically it's gonna look like that. I usually use a little bit of hairspray. This is just what I had lying around in my bathroom, but it's not just like straight up hairspray. I just mix it in with some tap water. It's mostly tap water, and then I just pour in a little bit of the spray, and just in case of emergency, I use pomade suavecito. It's been a while since I styled any hair. The last time I did it was one of my Black Widow figures, which I think it might have been 5 or 4 months. It's been a while, so hopefully I don't screw this up. But whenever you use any product, you just want to make sure it's just a little bit, just so you don't screw anything up or ruin the product that already came with it. But we'll see how we do. I don't have any tweezers or anything. Or I do have tweezers, but it's plastic, so it might make things worse. I don't know. I rubbed my fingers a little bit with the water and hairspray mix, and I'm just trying to calm everything down. Because while I was trying to move the eyeballs or whatever, the hair, the hair strands just got all crazy on me. I'm trying to not be too rough with it, because I don't want any more hair strands to fall out, but I can feel it coming off, or I can see it. It makes me nervous just seeing all those pictures with the people were saying it's just a Joker. The next artisans aren't gonna get screwed up like that, but from what I'm seeing, it might be every artisan. I'm trying to convey some wind blowing because she's gonna be posed next to some superheroes with capes, and they have wires in their capes, so her wires on her coat aren't that strong. So maybe I can convey the wind with her hair blowing. We'll see what I can do. I don't know. I don't want to dampen the curls too much because they do look good in some spots, but some areas they were just too much. Um, this mix, I plan to style it sooner, so I might just get a fresh water. I don't know if it affects it, because maybe the solution might have like sunk to the bottom. I don't know how to describe it, but I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I got some fresh water with I poured in a little bit more of that hairspray gun. I just wasn't sure if it wasn't working right because it's been a while since I had the cup ready, but I didn't have a chance to style it right away because I was too busy trying to work with this figure because it's hard to work with this figure. It's been so frustrating, and I just hope the end result is worth it. I think I'm gonna need the suavecito because this hairspray isn't keeping it down, and it's getting frizzy at the bottom of this little curl here. So yeah, I'm gonna try the suavecito. I'm thinking because I'm losing a lot of hair right now. Not just me, literally. I'm talking about the figure, but oh my god, this thing. I've been waiting like it's been 2 or 3 months. I'm happy I finally got it out of the box. I've just been sitting and waiting because I haven't had time to film any videos as much as I like to. I might have put in too much pomade on my hands. I don't know if you can see it on camera. Sorry about the bad angles too. It's just I'm still processing or still testing stuff out for what works best with the little space I got. Because I mean it's a big desk, but you gotta fit the equipment on too. But I know I got some statues here. I'm just running out of space. Oh god, that might have made it worse. Oh shit. Yeah, maybe Swapsito's not the answer. I'm gonna wash my hands. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay. Maybe Swapsito isn't good for like wool hair because usually I'm working with that like Barbie or synthetic hair because that's what it usually came with the hot toys, the cheap stuff. So maybe Swapsito is not good for the wool hair stuff. I'll try with the hairspray mix again. I'm dipping my fingers inside that water mix because maybe that's obviously the stuff. I just lost a bunch of hair in my curls after I tried to put that on. I mean, I have tweezers. I've seen people online say tweezers work, but I'm afraid just because it's plastic, it might like cause static or something. See, I'm losing. Story of my life. I'm losing. I was freaking. Give me a win here, man. Okay, maybe this is the better idea. Using tweezers. I'm brushing it or dipping it inside the water mix with that hairspray. I can't even tell if I'm making this worse or better. I'm sorry if I'm not talking much. I'm just trying to concentrate. So yeah, I lost probably. I haven't been counting how many hair strands I'm losing on the figure, but it must have been, if I'm guessing, around 20 or 30 strands. Like I know it's weird to count them, but like I don't know how many strands are here. It's got a lot of volume there, but I just want it to hold up. Right here just does not look good. It's frizzy. It's getting all over the place. The top spot, it looks okay, it looks normal, but here's just a frizzy mess. I'm about to like spray it itself with a. Or actually, I think the button on the hairspray is broken. I just use it for these styling my figures. I think like it was either me or my brother dropped it, so the button on that thing's broken. On the hairspray, I mean. Oh, I almost dipped it in my suavecito. Yeah, that experiment sucked. I don't know how to fix this part. I know I'm supposed to be the professional critic here, but like, come on. I don't know what I'm doing. It's like, what do I do? Do I just pull it apart, or because I can't tell? It's coming apart pretty easily. What do I do? Maybe I'm gonna try pouring more, or should I just pour it on? I'm afraid. I'm afraid. Because the whole point of hairspray is to prevent fritzing. It's like, how hard do I go, or how extreme do I go with the spray and the water mix? Because every time I touch, it's getting worse. I saw a video. It was from Hot Toys, the Hot Toys YouTube channel itself. You're supposed to pull the curls to make it less exaggerated. That's the official guide that you're supposed to look. It doesn't tell you that in the instructions. You have to look it up on YouTube, which is stupid. People might damage their figures, but I mean, you probably got internet if you're spending boku bucks on these type of figures. But still, like, you should include the instructions in the instruction manual. But it doesn't tell you that. Yeah, I'm not fixing this fritz. I'm just chalking up the battle damage, or what do I do? I think these tweezers came with like an Iron Man I got a long time ago for putting in those like button cell batteries, which is stupid. It should be USB powered for any Iron Man. I saw that Superior Iron Man, they're finally doing that the USB powered for the light up effects. It should be a way, and it should be they should include the USB cables too, but it's like talking to the wall when it comes to requesting stuff from Hot Toys. I think it's doing that thing I was telling you about. It's this plastic is creating static or something. So when I try to pull it, it keeps coming back up. Maybe if I put a Thor next to Scarlet, it'll make sense why her is getting all fritzing. I sold my Thor. It was the Endgame Thor. I won in a giveaway, a sideshow giveaway. I think it was in January this year. But I just wanted to use it for the money for other pre-orders I had. Plus, the Thor that I want is Love and Thunder. I know nobody liked that movie, but I thought it was okay. The design is a little busy, a little loud, but I like ridiculous stuff. If it's loud and cringy or whatever, sometimes it can look cool to me. Something stupid or geeky, I like it. This water is not working. God damn it. I'm seeing right here some white stuff, which I assume is the product. I don't know if that's my fault or it's Hot Toys product. I don't know which product it is, but I'm seeing that white powder stuff. It looks like some spots look like dandruff, but it looks like her hair's gray now. Like, not everywhere. I mean, it's like it's a tiny spot. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but crap. I mean, I've been complaining the whole video feels like, but like, it's not a terrible figure. It's just with the price people are paying, you should expect the best of the best. You know. I don't know where I want this curl to end up. If I want it to curl into the dress, just so it looks like it's flowing better, or outwards. I don't know what would look cooler. Or if I tuck it in, maybe it'll control the fritzing. Maybe. I think it's working. This might work out. I just have to be very careful and not screw anything up. I screwed it up. Oh, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. This front curl is points me. It's gotta look nice. It's gotta look flowy. I don't want so many strands sticking out, but it keeps sticking out. Oh my god. At least the spray smells like a citrusy lavender scent. So it smells good. But like I said, that button is broken, so I can't really use it on myself anymore. I just use it for styling figures, or I guess I could still use it if I like put it on my palm or whatever. But the button is broken. I'm trying to pat down the hair strands away, and it's just I'm not having any effect on this. God damn it. I think it's the best it's going to get on the front end for this curl. I'm going to try and cover it for the wind blowing. But everything else, come on. It might not work out. At a point, sometimes you just got to give up. I know it's not great advice, but you can't stay in the same place forever. I'm not a professional. I can see the white specks. The white specks that of that product. Maybe I screwed up. Maybe I mean, it was much worse than how it looked before. It's an improvement, but it's not 10 out of 10. I'm trying to get 10 out of 10 here. It's not working. I guess the solution is just plugging away the strandaways. Because, like, is that the reason they're plugging out? I mean, okay. I'm just gonna grab a tiny bit of the suavecito, a dab, because it keeps taking on. I see it. With the suavecito, I feel like it's sticky. Like it's gonna pull away the hair strands. But it's the only thing I think I could keep it down. What else am I gonna do? Suavecito is pomade, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. I think I did, but or I don't know. I don't even know how to pronounce pomade. It's not enough. Shit. Okay. The back looks like hell, but I'm not looking at the back. It's gonna look like this. I think we're good. I got a bit of a lisp right now because I got my retainers on, but what I was saying is I was trying to base it off this pose from Alex Ross, but as I was posing, I decided I figured out something that looks more interesting in my opinion. Like I don't know, maybe I was afraid it would be too much bunching, but at the end, I still did a lot of bunching with the jacket, and as you can see here, there's a lot of hair strands falling apart. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm not too worried about the back because I'm not going to see the back that often. But also, I don't know if it'll show on camera, but there's a couple more hair strands that fell off on the base. But I don't know. I don't know. I'll talk about the thoughts later. I'll finish talking about the pose right now. I wanted to change the eyeballs to look where she's shooting the magic effect. I don't know if you can see it. I'll show right there. I tried my best to aim it to where she was looking at and where she's shooting at. Try to aim it like I don't know if I got it. I think I got it as close as I could. And I know you're supposed to wrap the effect around the arm, but I think it could work either way. You could shoot it outwards or inwards. It doesn't say in the directions you could do that, but you can fidget around with the effect. You can do what you want with it. Um, the arms and the body, they're a bit shiny, and I'm guessing that's just so the jacket slides on easier, like slides on or off easier. So sometimes if the light hits it, it could look a bit fake for the skin, but it's not too big of a deal, you know. But and where I'm gonna pose it right now, it's gonna be a while before I get the glass display case. So right now I'm just gonna put it in a high shelf, so it won't be too noticeable from a high angle. That wrist peg over there, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. But I wanted to showcase, like, no matter what I do, I wanted to showcase two of the magic effects, like two different styles of it. Just because, you know, the more variety, the more dynamic it looks like. I tried to, I couldn't really match up the steps to her boots or whatever, but I wanted to make it look like she's leaping off it, or I don't know how to describe it, like floating or jumping off. I don't know which would sound better, but I wanted to match her boots to the rubble, one of the rubbles, and this looked like the best spot for it. But I'll try to fix it on later. Right now, I'm about to head to bed, and it's been a while trying to shoot this video, but I'll try to wrap it up now. Um, this pose right now, it is. I'm happy I landed on this pose, so I appreciate that art piece for inspiration. But I'm happy with the pose, not so much the figure. Um, Not to say it's a bad figure, but it's just for the price point. I think it could have come with a bit more accessories, a bit more hands. Um, for deluxe release, it looks bare bones. Like, I know the diorama base does bring a lot to the table, especially with all the glowing effects. I don't have it lit up right now just because it would affect the turntable, like it tangled up or whatever. But the main problems I have is this hair quality. It's the shine, the color that looks good, but the glue they use, it's the price point. It just doesn't match up. It could have been a normal release, like with that the original Civil War Scarlet Witch with the same jacket, but just darker hair. That same quality. Like, it doesn't have to be cheap. Like, I know I never had the Catwoman Dark Knight, the Anne Hathaway one, that 2.0 one. I know that wasn't like wool hair quality, but it still looked decent from the reviews. Maybe if they could have done something similar to that, but a wide release still, because this was limited. I think it was like 2,500, or I forget the number exactly. I'll put it in the description, but I just wish it was standard for it to come with a. Well, I guess it's nice to have either the sculpted or the rooted option, but I just wish it wasn't so limited to get rooted, because it provides more neck articulation if it is rooted. It's just how it works with these figures, but I don't know. And the wires too. That was another problem I had. It's not that strong. What else? What else? I'm trying to think of positives and negatives, but mostly negatives are popping up. I mean, the likeness to Elizabeth Olsen, it's the best I've seen from any Hot Toys release. I know there's some customizers that did like top notch too, but for like a wide release, I could see it from every angle. It looks just like the actress. Um, let's see what else. I can't think. Let's see. Let's see. We talked about the outfit, or oh yeah, the materials. I'm not sure if that jacket's gonna last that well, or that long. I mean, like, it's mixed media. Some of it feels like that pleather or leather like or whatever. Some of it's got a suede vibe over here. Well, it feels like suede. It's not real suede, I don't think, but like I don't know, man. I don't want to go. I'm thinking a 6.5 or a 7 out of 10, just because. Okay, sorry about that. I gathered my thoughts. I came up with 4 gripes I have. It's the hair quality. It's falling apart already. It's not like terrible, but it's at the point I'm afraid it is gonna get to that terrible point where you're gonna notice a bald spot or whatever. The lack of accessories, that was a point. A point down, I mean like a point deduction. Oh, shit. A point deduction. Okay, sorry about the voice crack. Um, Number 3, the necklace. That really pissed me off. The necklace, it's not long enough. It looks bad. Okay, the 4th quality, it's I don't think I mentioned it before, but the neck, it's like made out of a hard plastic, and I think if it was like a softer material like those bison bodies use, it'd give more neck articulation for movement. So that's a problem I have. A lot of the ways you can convey flow is just with the neck movement, and if it's restricted, it's a big problem for me. I just can't work with them. Um, and body articulation, it's pretty good with this figure, but it's just that thing with all the female bodies they use for plastic. They never put abdomen crunch, and if you don't got any abdomen crunch, you can't really get that dynamic as much as I like to. So yeah, I had high hopes, but I don't know. I feel like I've seen Hot Toys do better, so that's just why I'm asking for better. I've seen it in the past that they can do better, but they're getting there eventually, slowly. Um, but I appreciate you watching. Sorry about the stuttering, stammering, voice cracks, all the mistakes, but I'm still trying out different things of how to film these videos. Or I don't think I'll ever get a script or whatever. It feels too robotic, but I just like to go off the cuff or whatever. I don't know how to describe it. But yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I told that bitch like, oh, baby, what you wishing for?